Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Light. I'm at Texas X's. I think I've met a lot of you. I'm running the Longhorn Business Network, which is brought to you by Texas Mutual. And I'm so excited that you're here today. LinkedIn has been something that I have figured out in the last 9 months. It's not something I had really used before, and it is such an exciting space to connect with business people like you, business owners, and also to just kind of build a brand. And I met Rachel at a South by event in March. And through that, we kind of started having this conversation. And that's why she is here today. She is a Longhorn business member and she is a lady boss. And she has a presentation on unleashing LinkedIn because she's really, really good at it. She and her husband own Standout Authority. And if you follow them on LinkedIn, you know they know what they're doing. So I will send it over to Rachel, who is a graduate of the University of Texas. She got her MBA in 2016. Thanks so much. And we will have questions at the end, so be ready to ask questions. Okay.
Yay. Thank you so much, Sarah. It is so exciting to see everyone here. Definitely keep that chat going. I want this to be a fun hour of your time. I love to know where people are tuning in from. So let me know. I'm here right now in Austin, Texas. I'm not leaving the house much today or anytime after pretty much 9 a.m. because it's too hot for this woman who's 7 months pregnant. So I am a Longhorn with a baby on the way. And today I am going to talk to you all about unleashing LinkedIn and what it takes to create digital influence and really supercharge your opportunities. I like to keep these pretty interactive, so definitely save big questions toward the end. But as you're seeing anything, you got a quick question, I do have the chat open and like to look at that and try to answer things as I see them coming so that you stay really excited throughout the hour together. I see hot Austin, lots of people in from Austin, lots of Texas, Colin from New York, San Antonio, Baltimore, Seattle, Eric Horn. Amazing. Cool. Laredo, Houston, Manhattan Beach. I'm originally from LA. What's up, everyone? So good to see you. Okay, cool. Well, okay, my presentation is going the wrong way. Here we are. So just quickly, a little bit about me, Rachel B. Lee, your host and your branding lady boss for today. The reason why I'm a branding lady boss is because I'm really excited about you. I'm really excited about people finding their voice, about us humanizing the way we market online. I did my Texas MBA in 2014 to 2016. And through that experience was able to transition from marketing agency side. I was working at a company called Walton Isaacson, working on big activations and campaigns for Unilever's Axe and other sub brands. And the MBA allowed me to make that big transition into corporate marketing. And not just corporate marketing, I was able to go to the biggest company in the globe, Microsoft. So I entered into Microsoft as a woman in technology and working on the Microsoft Partner Network. So channel marketing, B2B, really thinking about businesses using technology to fuel their software. And then shortly after that, I was part of some of the switching that went down before COVID at Microsoft, and I went to Gartner. So another multi-billion-dollar company focused on research and consulting, in particular around the tech space. And in my experience over all these years, I felt like there was a way I could share my voice more. I felt like the walls inside corporate and all of the opportunities were incredible. I want to change one thing, but for me to be my truest self, to become the lady boss I am today, I had to break free of those walls inside of a company. And I was part of that great resignation, great reimagination, greats in 2021. And I took the leap outside of Gartner and joined forces with my husband, Joshua B. Lee, the dopamine dealer of LinkedIn. And we are the co-owners of Standout Authority. And our entire mission is around humanizing marketing online. And we got a lot of work to do. Right? And so starting humanization really means we get to be ourselves. And one of the most powerful platforms for us business owners, business decision makers, any person really doing any sort of thing in the workforce, LinkedIn's our place. LinkedIn is our place, the only place. And so that's why we focus our execution of personal branding and content and social media on LinkedIn, because we think it's the most powerful platform out there. So that's a little bit about me. You are in very good hands. I'm very excited to be part of the LinkedIn Creator Program. I'm very excited to be a top marketing voice. I'm very excited to be best blog writer with AdFed. There's a lot of reasons why I can be trusted. More than anything, I just want you to focus in on yourself and get excited about the opportunities you can generate. If you take a little of the things that I share with you today, it will go a long way for wherever you're going in your career. As I'm kind of going through this, I'd love to get a feel of where people are at. If you're an entrepreneur or business owner, put that in the chat. You know, I own my own business, I'm starting a business, or if you work for somebody else, hit me in that chat, because that really helps me understand the kinds of people that are here. I have to imagine a lot of people here, there we go, are business owners. Amazing, because, you know, we're Longhorn Business Network and a lot of us are alumni. So I'm seeing that come in. Great. A lot of business owners, but real estate agent. Okay. Starting a business. Okay. Manager or engineering co-founder. Okay. Great. So just give me a good idea. I'm seeing a lot of business owners, but I'm also seeing people that work at other companies. Perfect. We're going to cover both grounds for you. So we're going to talk about the human algorithm, the LinkedIn algorithm, and then your simple 4 steps to LinkedIn success. I say it's simple, really is about how much effort do you want to put into it and building your brand. This is super helpful for me, though, to get an idea. Lawyer at a big firm, amazing. We have a super diverse group here, as I would expect from my beautiful Longhorns. Okay, so let's talk about what the human algorithm means. Because you might hear about the LinkedIn algorithm or Instagram algorithm, and gosh, you know, what Elon's doing with the X bye-bye days of Twitter and that algorithm. You know, we are all users of these platforms, Google, and there are algorithms and data that are essentially manipulating the things that we see, for good and for bad, right? We believe at Standout Authority, there's only one real algorithm, and that's the human algorithm. And so the reality is we're in a time and space of which technology is making the pace of change happen so rapidly. And people are not understanding how to actually sell themselves or bring their product to market online. They're just mass messaging us, right? How many times do you get the, hey, Rachel B, and that pitch in your mailbox on LinkedIn? How many emails a day are you getting? Every day I am doing the report junk, phishing, because I'm getting pitched. And it doesn't work. Because you might be pitching thousands of people and you're going to get that one sale, but you just pissed off 999 other people, as my husband likes to say. So is that worth it? Relationship building in today's world, in the digital revolution and an AI moving generation, means that you, your business, you, your brand, me, Rachel B. Lee, I don't care if you work for somebody or work for yourself, you need to show up and build relationships at every stage in the buying journey. You know, if you think back 60, 70 years ago, you know, even more than that, pre-internet, pre-World Wide Web, this buying journey of let's build awareness. Some, you know, people, they're going to see an ad in the newspaper, they're going to see a billboard, they're aware of me, then they're going to go to the store and they're going to see it and then they're going to purchase it, right? They're going to see a few brands while they're shopping the aisle. There was no computers or anything, right? And they made that purchase. So it was easy for somebody to come in, cold call you, come to your front door and solicit, because there wasn't many other marketing mechanisms. It's not like that anymore. People are inundated with information, with cell phones 24/7, social media 24/7. So it takes a lot for you to stand out, for your business to stand out. And what you can't do is show up for the sale when the decision's made. So traditional selling, people are coming in at the end, right? That cold call. It doesn't work anymore. We now live in a world where somebody is making an impression of you within a first second. All of you have an impression of me already of who you think I am by the first seconds of you seeing me. And because of all the inundation of information, it's taking multiple impressions for somebody to get me. So somebody's going to have to interact with you, your business, 10, 15, 20 times before they're like, oh, I want to talk to Rachel about building my personal brand. I want her to look at my content. I want her to tell me how to create a marketing strategy. I have to get in front of your brains multiple times. In fact, some of you hopefully got a message from me, right? Reminding you of this event, right? You got it. Maybe you got an invite from me, and then you got a message from me, and then you saw my posts the last several weeks. So I've actually been hitting up your feed a lot, right? And building that relationship. That is what we're talking about with the human algorithm, because we have to move from selling people to connecting, which means we're moving from this idea of what can I sell you, give me your money, right? It's all about me, my company, my business, my bottom line, to this idea of building a relationship. How can I support you? It's not really about me. It's about you. How can we help support your pain points, your challenges? And if it's not the right fit, that's okay. And let me make sure I get you headed in the right direction. Thank you for doing business with me. How do we build customer lifetime value? How do we build advocates? That is what's going to win in the world of AI. And yes, Web3. And the more change that keeps happening, you better believe people are also seeking the real humans and relationships more than ever before. We believe at Standout Authority that there's really no B2B or B2C. We can use those constructs. It's helpful. I teach it in the graduate school, undergrads. I do a whole thing on B2B marketing, love teaching it. But the more we as business owners, as business leaders, really think about people and H to H, the human to human, the more we will become thought leaders with influence. That's what I want for you. I want you to have a perspective based off of your expertise, your skills, what makes you you. Bring that to market in a way that is authentic and relates to your audience. And in doing so, you will have thought leadership. You will have influence. That is how you supercharge your opportunities. It's not by hacking the algorithm every day. It will help to know some of the tricks of all the things. And, I'm going to teach you a little bit. But when we focus on building relationships, we will always win. My goal for you is that you show people who you are, not just what you do. When you go into a room and they ask you, tell me about yourself, do you go through your resume? When you introduce yourself, do you go right into the businesses you own and what you do? Or do you tell me who you are? What makes you you? That's what's going to stick. That's what people want to see. That's what people want to see on LinkedIn. And this whole personal and professional is one big blurred line. It's a blurry line with social media and digital. Our goal is to build relationships, not leads. So in our 4-step LinkedIn process, it starts with you. And it starts with driving value always. And in that, the byproduct will be opportunities and ROI. So why LinkedIn? Why why am I so excited about this? Why do we work with 7, 8-figure plus business owners, entrepreneurs to specifically craft their voice, their narrative, and develop their marketing strategy and execute on LinkedIn? Why? Why not other places? Well, first things first, we're very aligned with the vision. LinkedIn's vision is to create economic opportunity for every member of the global workforce. How many of you know who acquired LinkedIn in 2017? If you know it, tell me who acquired them. In the chat. Good. Great. Good, good, good. Alex, Kim, Travis, thank you. Harvey. Yes, Microsoft. Do you know how much they acquired them for? Anybody know that stat? This actually, so when I graduated, I did my internship with Microsoft in 2015, started in 2016. And you better believe I was like, what's going down with LinkedIn? I want to be a part of that. Good guess on the 40 billion. It was 26.4 billion. Good thing it's paying off massively for Microsoft, you know, because LinkedIn has been exploding, especially during COVID. And what matters is with me pointing this out to you, it's not the fact that I worked at Microsoft or any, you know, worked with Microsoft and LinkedIn and developing all sorts of strategies for the partner network. It's the idea that what's going down with Microsoft, who just invested 10 billion into OpenAI, who is so far ahead of the curve, is leading what happens with LinkedIn. So when you think about really where all the cool opportunities are going to come in terms of AI and what develops on any platform, you better believe it's going to be LinkedIn because it's owned by Microsoft. And LinkedIn has been very quick in making some big moves around AI and moves for creators like me and hopefully like you. So I'm very aligned. I see what this company is doing. This is not a social media company. This is a software company. It has several products. That's how it's made its money. It has distinct audiences: sales, learning, marketing, and recruiting. Recruiting being its, you know, first and foremost. There's almost 1 billion members on LinkedIn. Did y'all know that? I wouldn't be surprised if they hit the billion by end of year. It will definitely be in 2024. Facebook is what, a little over 2 billion. But this is where all the business decision makers are, right? Across 200 plus countries. So when we talk about global reach, we talk about how do we get in front of business-minded people, and all of you seem to be running businesses. I saw lots of engineering, I saw software, I saw law. There's pretty much every industry. Every person you can imagine lives on LinkedIn. Some interesting recent data is 4 out of 5 people on LinkedIn are business decision makers. So that means when it comes to budgets, who you want to sell into, who do you want to connect with? Do you want to connect with the person that can make a decision, buy from you, hire you, or you want to go with the people that can't? They're living on TikTok and Instagram, right? So this is where business people are. Even if they're not logging in every day, they have a persona, they have a profile, and they're still getting messaging through emails, right? That LinkedIn is telling them. Hopefully after today, after all of you, I should be connected with almost all of you. There's 130 of you here today, right? Whoa, what an opportunity for us to connect and create business, create opportunity together. 65 million decision makers on the platform, 57 million companies have a page. We're not going to talk too deeply on company pages here today, but if you have a business, you're a business owner, you just started that business, you're a startup, whatever, and you don't have a business page on LinkedIn, please go do this today, tomorrow. Make sure that you have your company set up. That's only going to help you from SEO standpoint. What's also really interesting that's happened with many different companies, COVID was really helpful for LinkedIn, right? It was like, well, shoot, how am I going to get hired? How am I going to hire people? How am I going to get in touch with potential clients? My events that I go to aren't happening. Now I got to do webinars like here today, right? This just really changed the game, and LinkedIn's member engagement and content is the strongest it's ever been, really catapulted by COVID. It was already, but catapulted by COVID in 2020. Huge investments from the LinkedIn team into creators, the creator economy. They created creator managers. They have a creator program. You could see all of the different technology, right? We'll talk about creator mode and just the different things that you've been experiencing on your feed. Those are all big investments to get people more active on LinkedIn and running it almost like LinkedIn, like a news hub, which is a big differentiator for LinkedIn. 22% increase year over year in the number of feed updates, 25% increase in public conversations, 25% increase in public content shared on the platform. The more people share, which is what I'm going to encourage you to do, the more opportunity you're going to have for people to see you. The people you have no idea are seeing you. And remember, the more times people see you and experience you, the more opportunity it can create for you and your business. We want that to happen without trying so hard, right? We want people to come to us. We want to be seen. We want to be heard for our expertise. And LinkedIn is really making moves to support that for us, members of the workforce. Very uniquely with LinkedIn is the fact that they have a news team. Dan Roth is the editor-in-chief. There's 188 editors on the LinkedIn news team across 15 countries. So when you think about the mentality of what is this platform trying to create, how can I tap into what's going on? They're really looking to run like a news station. That's why you'll see, the news feed on your right-hand side. They want you to plug into those conversations, all of that. We want to understand these things, right? Because that's important for how do we stand out on this platform? How do we create opportunities and our influence? We're going to want to hack in and understand what's going on from a news perspective. So these are just some other stats. 29 million people subscribe to a newsletter. Anybody have a newsletter? You can say if newsletter in the chat for me. I have a newsletter called Work Your Brand. I launched it in 2021, going strong, 2 years with that newsletter. Sarah Light's going to start one. Good. We're going to be talking then, Sarah, of course, make sure it goes well. Great. Yeah. Newsletters have really become a more spread out because now everyone has the opportunity to use them. They're a great opportunity for you to get in front of your audience. Great. Katie running it for your company. Love that. What's amazing about a newsletter is that LinkedIn.com is sending that via email. It's 100% deliverable, right? LinkedIn is also the only place for organic reach. And getting organic reach is hard today. It is hard on any social media platform. If you think about how do I just show up on the Google search, that's organic, right? All part of SEO, organic marketing. You're going to need to be hustling because you're fighting the Google algorithm. So your website, if your website is not optimized for SEO, right? It's going to take time for people to see standoutauthority.com. LinkedIn is 100% optimized for SEO. So your profile Tell me this right now. When you go search your name on Google, I'd love for y'all to do this. I love this. Go search your name on Google right now. Tell me what shows up for you. I bet you LinkedIn profile will be the first thing, maybe second, depending if something else, you got a big hit on another publisher, maybe your website, but first for me, yep, first thing. You think that's coincidence? LinkedIn is 100% optimized for SEO. So, and I actually put that in this slide. So what that means is that not only does your profile show up first when you do a great job, your posts and articles and newsletters will show up on that Google search. Wow, pretty amazing. 96% of B2B content marketers use LinkedIn for organic social marketing. So when it comes to anything B2B, LinkedIn is the place to be. And the reality is there's 9 billion content impressions weekly that's increasing. Only a few million people are sharing content weekly. Remember, almost a billion people, a few million people are sharing content. Woo! Got a big opportunity there, don't I, to create influence? Not the same case on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, blah, blah, blah. You go through them all. This is where you're going to get visibility. And also your company page. So when you start sharing from your company page and just having that, it can be really beneficial for visibility. We went through the SEO piece. First is Instagram and LinkedIn is third. Stacy, great. Thank you for the feedback. And that might be, you might share more on Instagram, In short, LinkedIn is the place where professionals are going to connect, learn, and do business. And it's where high value relationships are built. And actually, with Sarah here today, it's just such a perfect example because I met her in person and then connected with her on LinkedIn and saw her posting and commented on her post and sent her a message. She was checking me out. I was checking her out. Then we got on that call. So it took multiple things. And then we got on a call and she told me about the Longhorn Business Network. And I was like, cool, I'm in. Sign me up, And then here I am today presenting in front of, over 100 people. You want to talk about supercharging opportunities? Wouldn't have happened without LinkedIn. Okay. You understand what we're trying to achieve here, building relationships. You understand the power of LinkedIn. Hopefully some of the things that you saw were been a little bit of light bulb, really, I didn't know that. And I didn't even go through everything. I want to talk about the algorithm with you. So you have an understanding of what am I trying to achieve by investing some time into this platform. Jeff, I see your question on the, let's save that, Sarah will note that question on the company page. We'll save that towards the end so I can keep jiving here on the algorithm wavelength, but I got you. Okay. How many people have heard about the social selling index score? Yes, no, give me something in the chat. Yes, Austin, Claudia, no. Alex, no. Eric, no. Abby, yes. Lots of no's. Okay, great. So the social selling index score is a way to measure really how well are you doing at connecting and building relationships on LinkedIn. It is a feature of LinkedIn's Sales Navigator, which is LinkedIn's big sales-focused product. Anybody here use Sales Navigator? Give me a Sales Navigator. Like to know that too. Yep, looks like Travis. Cool, John, great. Yeah, amazing tool. Amazing. Joe, so glad. This is not similar to NPS score. No, Roland, I'm going to tell you about it. You can go find your SSI score, try that link, should work. And this is a barometer for how well you are doing the LinkedIn algorithm. And the good news is that it's like good things to build your brand and establish your authority. Super aligned. 4 key components of the social selling index score. One is how well have you established your professional brand. It's your personal brand to me. What does that mean? How well is your LinkedIn profile filled out? I mean, soup to nuts. Every piece, you know, when it says your rock star profile, like that kind of level. So how well have you done on that? How good are you doing at finding the right people? So actually looking up, going into search, searching for people. Networking. Guess what? LinkedIn wants you to network. Surprise, surprise. That's why they built the whole platform. Way back when, Reid Hoffman. That's what they wanted. Professionals to network with each other online. How well are you engaging with insights? So this means you don't just have a profile up there. You are getting on and you're liking things. You're commenting on things. You're looking at the news feed and commenting on an editor's piece. You're sharing an article maybe. Engaging with insights by far is the hardest one to see movement. But the more active you are, the more you're going to see this increase. Colin's telling us 64 out of 100 from you. There you go, finding the right people. Okay, thank you for sharing, Colin. I appreciate that. 64 is not so bad, by the way. Good job. That means you're showing up at least. And then building relationships. So building relationships. So finding the right people is, are you actually searching out there, looking for people using, imagine on Sales Navigator, do you have lists made, right? Are you trying to network? Building relationships is actually, are you connecting? You are connecting with people with personalized invites and actually in the direct messages, creating conversations. Hey, guess what? This is what standout authority. This is literally what we teach and do because we know that this is the way to perform really well on LinkedIn. We literally do this in your 4-step LinkedIn process. I'm going to teach you exactly what to do to move needles on this. Not that your SSI score is like the be all end all of life. It's not. But it's nice to know how we're measuring up against our network. It's nice to know what LinkedIn thinks, right? Hello. We're spending so much time here. So a laggard is going to be less than 30, which literally, guys, if you have a profile, you put some stuff on that profile, you should have at least above a 30, you know? Engaged is that 30 to 70 kind of mark, even like the 60s I would consider. And that means, you got your profile up there, you are making some connections, but you're not that active. You're definitely not liking and commenting on the feed. You're probably not sharing that much content, but you're doing some messages. You're doing a good job. Janine, 62, good. Those are good scores, y'all. After today, if you do implement 2 of the things that I say, you'll see that go up tremendously. I got living proof of that with people through our standout authority experience and our clients. I see it all the time. And then 70 plus is super engaged. By the way, my score kind of holds steady at about 75. And I'm like posting 3 to 5 times a week. I do an outreach and messaging. I mean, I got a lot going on. So the days, like when I did a presentation at Microsoft on modern selling, I remember those days was like getting a 90 was easier 5 years ago. I think it is a little different, especially if you're not part of a company and you have like a sales team. So if you're just kind of like one person in the industry, right? Cool. What we see is if you start to grow your social selling index score, you are going to start showing up organically more on LinkedIn. And that's what we want. People with less than a 70 are barely showing up when I search their name. When somebody searches marketer, branding, marketing, brand marketing, content, I hope that I am coming up in that search appearance. So with my score greater than 70, you are going to see your search appearances catapulted. That's what you want. And you want them catapulted amongst the kind of audience you want to attract. So if you can actually see your search appearances, y'all, if you go under your profile and some of the stats, and I highly encourage you to see where you're at. Look at how many profile views you're getting a week. That's all part of the algorithm. The more people see you, the more people that they see your profile, the more opportunities there's going to be for you. The other piece I want to talk about, I'm going to start going a little bit faster because I want to hit our 4-step and leave 10 minutes for questions at the end. And I'm going to make sure we're on time. There's some changes that the algorithm is doing, led by Dan Roth, editor-in-chief of LinkedIn. When things go viral on LinkedIn, usually that's a sign to us that we need to look into this because that's not celebrated internally. Holy smokes, have you ever heard that from an editor-in-chief? Have you ever heard anybody out there that's a marketer that's like, oh my God, I so don't want to go viral? No, that's not the intention on LinkedIn. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure a bunch of my Longhorns here are doing amazing work. Like most of you probably don't care that much about going viral. You want to serve, you want to have impact, you want to make money, right? You want to grow your business. Going viral is probably not number one for you. Great. They're not into it that much either. This is the most recent information just came out. There was this entrepreneur article, and it was the editor-in-chief of Entrepreneur actually interviewing the head of product and then Dan Roth. And they said two things about the algorithm. If you post on LinkedIn, it's more likely that your followers will see your post. So what this is basically saying, grow your network. Grow your network, know your audience. The more you grow your network, the more you are going to show up in their feed. And as they like and comment and engage with you, it shows up on their people's feed. And that's how you get the bubble. That's how you get the reach. So you want to know who you're talking to. Then you want to have them engage with you so that it shows up on those feeds. And they're really prioritizing that. Second, posts that share knowledge and advice are now prioritized on the platform. So what does that mean, knowledge and advice? It means that you're talking to an audience, which is what I was just saying, that you're writing in your core area. We're not here to go deep into personal branding. But one of the most important pieces of building any brand, especially your personal brand, is that you know your expertise, what you do, what your skills are, and talk about that all the time with credibility. And that will build trust. And they're just really validating our stance on that. Your post has meaningful comments. So what does that mean? It's not just enough right now to go, great post. LinkedIn wants you to say, hey, Rachel, I really enjoyed this post around, LinkedIn myths. I didn't know, blah, blah, blah. Like they want you to take a full sentence or two. And if you're lucky and smart, they actually want you to create a conversation in the comments. That will hold even bigger in the algorithm. And last, the post has a perspective. What we say here at Stand Out Authority is people are going to love you or hate you. We want people to love or hate you, actually. I don't want you to be neutral. Not to show up online, not to stand out, not to be a thought leader. That doesn't mean you're mean. That doesn't mean you're insulting. That doesn't mean you don't have values. That doesn't mean you're hateful. It means you have a perspective and you go about that in an educated, thought leadership way. That's my goal for you. So now you understand what we're trying to do on the platform. Here's your 4-step LinkedIn success plan. And it's just a start. Please reach out to me if you'd like more support with this. We have lots of resources. First things first, I need you to rock your profile. You need to have a profile that demands attention and stands out. Here's the key pieces of a profile: your photo, profile photo, then the cover photo. Your headline is so important. I would almost guarantee 70+% of this audience says that you're a, business owner, product manager at, you just use your titles. We really encourage you to actually talk about who do you serve, what do you do, and what's the outcome. If you go to http://quiz.soauthority.com, we have a really short headline analyzer to help you develop this. Your featured section, your about section, recommendations, accomplishments, taking a look at your URL. Do you have a URL that says Rachel Lee 45678 --? You don't want that from an SEO standpoint. Mine is the Rachel B. Lee across everything. That's really helpful from an SEO standpoint and just from a brand identity standpoint. Your skills, man, skills are really important on LinkedIn. Everybody underestimates the skills. The skills are huge for the AI. They're a huge piece of the algorithm and how LinkedIn can identify your expertise. Do not underestimate having your top 3 skills, multiple skills on there and featured throughout your profile. So if you don't know what your top skills are and how it relates to your brand, you need to talk to me. The other piece of building a rockstar profile is creator mode. I'm scratching the surface on this for y'all today because we don't have enough time. Creator mode was launched about a year ago, I think. Could have been a little bit more. When you see people's profile and they have the hashtags on there, that means creator mode's turned on. When there's a follower button, that means creator mode is turned on. By the way, you have 30,000 connections, maximum connections. So follower mode is great because I don't want to be connected to everybody. I can have an unlimited followers. I want to connect with people I really want in my network and that are my audience. Also, by turning on creator mode, you're going to have instant access to LinkedIn Live and newsletters, LinkedIn audio, and you're also going to get new analytics, and that will be rolled out to you before other people. There's a lot of new analytics that are great. How do you turn on creator mode, Emmy? Just like this in this instruction, if you see on your profile, right, very towards that top, it will say near my network, and it will literally have a thing that says creator mode. But press on it, click on it, excuse me, and then you could turn it on, add hashtags and all that. Should be pretty easy for you to find on mobile or desktop. Okay. So that is a great way for you to have a standout LinkedIn profile. That is where it starts, right? Social selling index score, first things first, establish your professional brand. Everything starts here. Number 2, creating compelling content. When we talk about creating content, we're talking about bringing value, right? And look at what Dan Roth just said. We don't want virality, we want knowledge and advice. So what you need to do is create value and know your audience through your content. We do the 10-20-70 rule. 10% of the time, personal. Me, my maternity shoot, announcing my pregnancy, Josh and I, with the kids on Father's Day, whatever the case is, personal. And people want to see that. They want to get to know you. But I don't want to see you every day talking about your kids or showing me cat memes or all of that. Save that for another feed, right? 20% of the time about your company. So think about this as we have an event coming up. We are doing an event August 17th. So I'm actually talking about, hey, I want people to register, but even then I'm not like selling them, right? But I am talking more about standout. I'm talking about a testimonial, a cool win from a client. those kind of things. If you have a product that launches, I don't want you talking about your product all the time though. You can talk more about that from the company page, but even on the company page, people really don't want to read like all these press releases and like product focused blogs every day. They want to get to know you. They want to get to know the company through the people, through the voices. And last, but most important, 70% of the time, I want value-driven content, your expertise to be unfolded. I know branding, marketing, strategy, content. I have a ton of experience, validation in what I have to say. So I talk about a lot of marketing and content and a lot of different flavors of that. I also talk about my career journey, what it's been on, being in corporate and transitioning to entrepreneurship. So those are some of my content pillars. And I have 3 content pillars. That's what we teach. That's what we do. As you're thinking about content, add value. Think about storytelling. Think about the why, right? Quality over quantity. You want to build trust and don't sell people. I see some people have to leave. No worries. Thank you so much. I'm going to keep rolling here because I want to make sure we got our 10 minutes. Number 3, and I'm going to take us home. Connect and engage with your audience. So what does that mean? I want you to like and comment on several posts every day. This right here is going to be the game changer for your strategy. I want you to engage with people that engage with you. If somebody comments on your post or connects with you, I want you to respond back. I want you to create a conversation. I want to make sure that you send personalized invites. Every message. This was me actually connecting with Gary. I know, who knows if he'll actually accept the request, but so many people forget to send the personalized invite. Whether you're on your mobile or on desktop, you can send a personalized invite. Do not do the blank request. Today, when I say this in presentations, people don't connect with me. I say, please connect with me. Say, hey, I really enjoyed being at the Texas Sexes webinar with you. Thanks for being, something like that. Use those invites as a way to create a conversation. This is how you move the needle in the algorithm. Okay. Is it better to have views with no likes or to have likes? On the scale of the algorithm, when it comes to creating compelling content, the most reward is going to be in those meaningful comments and creating conversation, specifically when it comes to content engagement. You want people to see more, and you really want people to be commenting. That's much heavier than likes. And yes, Kelsey, great reminder. You have to click on the 3 dots. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Thank you. And last but not least, build relationships and follow up. This is a preview of our engagement engine, but what we teach here is that we want to create conversations. And what that means is actually appreciating people first and foremost. So posting, get content out there and look and listen at other people's content, connect with others inside of the audience you want to target, appreciate and thank them. Thank you for your recent post. Thank you for your recent article. Thank you for commenting on my last post. I really appreciated it. That appreciation is what nobody does. Then compliment them with an endorsement. We actually believe in endorsements because it's a way for you to show that you're paying attention and to reignite the conversation to see if they'll respond to you. So we endorse, then we do a qualification. We ask a question to get to know them. We ask a question to start to understand, who is this person? What am I trying to create with them? And then we try to influence. This engine is our engagement engine. This is where we supercharge opportunities. This is the supercharging. This is the conversion. This is pulling people through so that they can make a decision on whether they want to work with you, hire you, ask you to speak, whatever the opportunity it is that you're trying to draw in. Whew. And just to toot our own horns, to somebody from our recent cohort, she buckled down. Day 1, I'm now having a real conversation with the director of logistics at a major motorcycle manufacturer. I'm so grateful your shit works. I didn't say it. She said it. So rock your profile, create compelling content, and connect and engage with your audience and build relationships and follow up. That is your process. That's how you're going to supercharge opportunities. I so appreciate being here with you today. Thank you so, so much. Again, check out that headline analyzer, quiz.soauthority.com. And I'm going to take a look at some of these questions coming in. And Sarah, any others?
Yeah, thank you. I'll go back to that one that Jeff asked. Hi, Jeff. We connected last week. He just started his business. So his initial question was asking if he already has a really good LinkedIn page, do you still have to have a business LinkedIn page too? And do you use one over the other?
So my personal page, Rachel B. Lee, is first and foremost what the LinkedIn is about, right? At the end of the day, building the professional persona of you is what's going to get the most traction and conversations. And it's where you can actually build the relationships, right? Creating a LinkedIn page, company page for your business, if you have a business, is also very important. For any business, you want to have that presence. If I was choosing, where do I have time to be posting content? Focus on that personal brand first and foremost. Highlight your company. You can reshare your post to your company page. But if I was choosing, if I'm a business owner and I got to choose, first focus on those voices, especially the executive, the owner level, and then focus on that company page. Remember, through the company page is how you can do advertising. And they just are rolling out messaging to receive messaging on the company page, not to put messaging out. So you're a bit more limited. We also use the company page for events, because when you run your events through your company, you are able to drive registrations and collect those emails. So it's a big, big reason why you want that company page.
Is it better to share from your company page or share the exact same content on your company page and your personal page?
What we do is share. Standout Authority will share Rachel B. Lee's post with copy and information. We'll share Joshua B. Lee's post.
Okay.
That sort of, especially with limited time and resources.
Colin wants to know if there's any reason to purge followers and connections.
Well, guess what, Colin? LinkedIn's been doing that for us. Actually, they have been going through a big deactivation of followers. My husband being one of the many influencers that lost thousands of followers for people that have been inactive, according to LinkedIn. Their barometer of inactive, were unclear what that means, but they have actually doing that. You might get upset about it. It's not, I don't know how I feel about it, but they want people, true people that are active on the platform. If you reach 30,000 connections, right? Because once you hit that connection max, you can't do the build relationships piece, which is not great. Then yes, that is a time for you to look at those 30,000 connections and say, who's really valuable here? Maybe I need to cut out, a few thousand so I can start rebuilding that network a bit. Unlimited followers. I mean, I'd love as many followers as possible,
I'll take this last question from Greg. I receive many network invitations from people that are not related to either my education, employment, or industry, and they never include a letter of introduction. I typically ignore these, but should I accept these and connect with those people?
Of course, Greg Stevens, that's up to you. I hate being pitched. Initially, I hate even more when I see the, hey, Rachel B. and a pitch. So for me, that's a flat no. I kind of mess with people. And sometimes when I think it's like a maybe okay pitch, I'd like to see what the follow-up sequence is to see if they start spamming me. And then I sometimes will remove the connection then. So that's just me, because I'm kind of messing with people and I like to know. I think at the end of the day, the people that are connected with you are able to message you and they have more access. So you want that to be people you want in your network.
I hate to cut it off because we're getting questions, but I want to be respectful of everybody's time. And thank you so much for everybody for
Let's
joining
take
us.
one more. Is there one more?
Yeah, which one do you see one you want to take? Let's see. Well, Robin is asking, any unique advice for standing out among persons with the same profession or same name? Same name.
I am that person, Robin, because my maiden name is Rachel Bronstein, which was much more differentiated. And then becoming Rachel Lee made me much more basic. And I took it from Josh to put my middle name, my middle initial, Rachel B. Lee. And Josh's name is very basic from an SEO. He does the Joshua B. Lee. And that has been very, very helpful in differentiating from a pure same name in the profession. I would definitely advise doing that and think about that across all your platforms.
We're also getting a lot of people asking if they can watch this again. We are going to post this on our website at texasexes.com under the Longhorn Business Network section. So give us a day or two for that to go up. And again, I think we're going to put in the link. If you have a Longhorn business and you are not in our Longhorn business directory, there it is. Go ahead and list your business. It's completely free. So if you run a business, list it in our business directory. Thank you, Rachel. That was awesome. I took lots of notes. I have my notes. So thank you so much for joining us today. We hope to do more of these webinars with more business members. And thank you so much. That was awesome.
Thank you all so much. Hook 'em.
Hook 'em horns. Bye.